Steelers Nation. The season is here. The roster is set.
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
I think we see a different Steelers team this year for sure.
The Steelers are going to be the most physical offense in the league.
We ready to make an entrance.
I do think the Steelers make waves in the AFC North.
Oh, they're making noise. Oh, that's angry man football.
Football is our game. Our business is winning.
Making the play of the day.
And we're going to handle business.
That is a physical statement that the Steelers are sending to the rest of the NFL.
Pittsburgh Steelers, a name once feared across the NFL for their legendary steel curtain defense. But today, that iron wall looks more like a crumbling ruin. And at the center of the chaos, defensive coordinator Teryl Austin, who just dropped 3 words that shocked the entire football world: "We're King bad." Tonight, we dive deep into the drama, tearing apart the Steelers' locker room, the players' angry reactions, and whether this brutal honesty could save their season or destroy it completely. The Pittsburgh Steelers, a franchise once synonymous with the term steel curtain defense, are now facing one of the most dramatic and heated internal controversies in recent years. At the center of the storm is defensive coordinator Teryl Austin. In the aftermath of the team's first 2 games of the 2025 season, Austin didn't mince words when describing the performance of his defense. He looked at reporters, shook his head in frustration, and dropped a phrase that instantly went viral across every corner of the sports world: "We're King bad." Those 3 words exploded online, turning into headlines, memes, and heated debates across the entire NFL community. For a franchise built on discipline and tradition, such a raw, public condemnation felt like a bomb detonating inside the locker room. The reality is, Austin wasn't lying. In back-to-back weeks, the Steelers' defense was shredded by the same exact play, the crossing route. First the Patriots, then the Seahawks. Both exposed the gaping holes in Pittsburgh's coverage. The fact that the same mistake kept happening again and again suggested more than just a technical flaw. It pointed to a lack of focus, poor adjustments, and deeper structural issues within the system. Austin's frustration boiled over, and King bad became the catchphrase that defined the Steelers' defensive nightmare. The reaction from fans was immediate and explosive. On Twitter, Instagram, and Reddit, the Steelers' faithful split into 2 fiercely opposing camps. One side applauded Austin for finally speaking the hard truth. "It's about time someone said it out loud," one fan posted. "This defense has lost its identity. Maybe this will wake them up." The other camp, however, blasted Austin for humiliating his own players in public. "You don't motivate by calling out your guys in front of the media," another fan argued. "You fix it in the film room. Doing this only makes things worse." Hashtags like #Steelers Defense, #King bad, and #Fire Austin trended for hours, making this one of the hottest NFL controversies of the week. National media outlets jumped on the story as well. ESPN, CBS Sports, and NFL Network all ran segments dissecting Austin's outburst. Some analysts defended him, insisting that tough love was necessary for a defense that has underperformed for years. They pointed to TJ Watt, the team's star pass rusher, who has been playing at an elite level but can't carry the entire unit on his back. "Watt's doing his job, the others aren't," one commentator said. But critics argued Austin had crossed a dangerous line. If the defense didn't improve immediately, the spotlight would shift from the players to him, exposing him as a coach who not only couldn't fix the problems but also fractured the team's chemistry. Inside the locker room, tensions ran high. Reports suggested that several players were privately offended by Austin's comments. "We know we messed up," one defensive starter allegedly told a reporter off the record, "but nobody wants to be blasted like that in public. Keep that stuff in-house." Yet in contrast, Captain TJ Watt handled the situation diplomatically. "We heard what Coach said," Watt told the press. "It's on us now to respond the right way on the field." Watt's calm, measured response may have diffused some of the tension, but it couldn't erase the feeling that the relationship between the defensive staff and the players had been shaken. What makes this drama even more dangerous for Pittsburgh is the timing. After years of inconsistency, the Steelers entered the season hoping to reestablish themselves as legitimate playoff contenders. with their defense expected to lead the charge. Instead, the defense has become the Achilles heel, collapsing under the same repeated mistakes. Austin's words weren't just a rant, they were a red alert, a signal that unless things change quickly, the season could spiral into disaster. The question now looms: will this serve as the wake-up call that jolts the defense back to form, or will it ignite an irreversible fracture that derails the team's hopes? Fans of rival teams wasted no time piling on. Ravens fans mocked. Steel curtain? More like steel curtains you buy at Walmart, cheap and full of holes. Bengals fans chimed in. If our DC ever called us out like that, our guys would fight back. Pittsburgh's eating itself alive. These outside jabs only intensified the embarrassment, forcing the Steelers to confront not only their failures on the field, but also their tarnished image off it. Sports writers have already dubbed this one of the most damaging sound bites in Steelers history. Damaging not because it wasn't true, but because of the tidal wave of fallout it created. One sentence, 3 words, has turned into a full-scale drama. Fans divided, players unsettled, coaches under fire, and opponents laughing from afar. In the NFL, perception matters almost as much as performance, and right now the perception of the Steelers' defense is chaotic, broken, and Fef King bad. Now, all eyes are on what happens next. If the defense rebounds and shuts down upcoming opponents, Austin's outburst will be rebranded as the spark that saved the season, a bold move that forced accountability and ignited change. But if the same mistakes persist, F King Bad will haunt this team for the rest of the year, etched into memes, headlines, and chants from rival fans. One way or another, this drama has already changed the Steelers' narrative, proving once again that in today's NFL, what happens at the microphone can be just as impactful as what happens on the field. Just when you thought the Steelers' drama couldn't get any worse, shocking whispers are now spreading across the league. Rumors of late-night parties, reckless behavior, and even drug scandals linked to the locker room. Is Pittsburgh facing a collapse far beyond football? Don't miss our next video where we uncover the dark side behind the black and gold.